welcome you to Cardinals Stadium, where Louisville is set to take on Florida State. Both coming in 2-2, both seeking their first ACC win of the season, as the Cards take the field to face the Seminoles. And we welcome you to ESPN College Football, presented by ExxonMobil. And welcome to Louisville. I'm Beth Mullins along with Anthony Beck. Rock Boyman is also with us today. And Anthony, got a little bit of desperation in the air for these two programs, very accustomed to winning. And yet here we are a month into the season, and they're both looking for their first Power 5 win of the year. Has any team been more maligned to start a football year than Florida State? They can't block, they can't catch. Well, you know what? They've improved last week. They're going to try to show that today. And Louisville, can you replace the most dynamic quarterback ever in the last 10 years in college football? They're trying to find a guy there, and they have a very young defense. This is a challenge for both teams, but one of them, Beth, has to step up and play well today. We've seen a couple of guys, Juwan Pass, Malik Cunningham. They've also got the freshman Jordan Travis, and it will be the guy they call Puma, Juwan Pass, who will get the start. Starting running back Day Williams is also going to try and give it a go today. The last-minute addition, trying to bounce back from a bruised knee. As the Cards get set to receive, freshman Hassan Hall is one of the guys back deep. And he'll bring it out to about the 22-yard line and a return of 20 yards. So here we go with the sophomore from Columbus, Georgia. Juwan Pass started the first 3 games, came on in relief last week, Anthony, and he's ready to go again. Yeah, he's a big guy, a little different than Lamar, 230 pounds. This kid can whip it all over the field. Confidence is an issue. He's been the starter. They pulled him. He's back in. And accuracy. Not only has he not been getting the ball to the receivers, but the receivers have not been able to help him with drops as well. They got to be on the same page. And he will be caught in the backfield and thrown down for a loss. Brian Burns with a nice push. Brooks cleaned him up. Rocky?
Yeah, guys, one reason Coach Petrinas told us yesterday why Pass is getting the start is his connection with the players. They really believe in him. He thought that continuity, the fact the whole team would be behind him, is important. He also noted that it's important to get him into the flow early, some nice, easy completions, and build that confidence up that you talked about, Anthony.
Hall gets the call again, met right in the hole by Dontadius Jackson. He's been their leading tackler the last couple of games, and it's 3rd down. And Coach Petrino also talked about not having a variation at quarterback today. They want to exude confidence on his side with the quarterback in the field. So, again, being pushed back early is not a great start, but that's what he's going to stick with throughout this game. Empty set on 3rd and 15. Amongst the lowest conversion rates in college football on 3rd down. Pressure coming at pass, and the completion down the middle of the field and out to the 40-yard line to Des Fitzpatrick and a 1st down. Get it to the middle of the field. It's been a weakness for Florida State the last couple games, and they've seen that on tape. He takes a big hit, but he's still able to deliver a great pass down the middle. They were looking for more big plays in this offense, and one there, 23 yards for the 1st down. They'll hand it off to Trey Smith, the junior out of Madison, Mississippi. Made his first start in their opener against Alabama. The big loss to Bama, and then the disappointing performance last week, falling to Virginia 27-3. It was the worst offensive outing of the Petrino era here at Louisville, so they got right back to work this week. They do not have an offensive touchdown in the first half in their first 4 games of the year. Flushed from the pocket. Juwan gonna run with it. The stiff arm for extra yardage and out of bounds at the 31-yard line. This is something I think will work well for him.
Spread out, empty set. Let him read it. 1 to 2. If it's not there, take off. He's still got enough speed to make plays. He's a big body. You see the big stiff arm. Tough to bring him down. It's a nice start so far for Puma Pass.
We'll go no huddle again with the 5 receivers and now slow it down.
You see the empty formation here, Beth. Again, allowing the quarterback and trusting him versus a defense.
Burns got a hand on him. They wrap him up. The throw is away, incomplete. Brian Burns is getting a good push, and Durden almost brought down pass.
Yeah, unbelievable. He's able to get this pass off. Middle of the field is open. We talked about the weakness in the middle here. Something that he has to be quicker on. You got to be able to see that coverage. It's off coverage, and you know your receiver's bending in. Ball needs to get out of your hand. Right now, it doesn't come out there, hence the hit in the backfield.
Pass incomplete, intended for his tight end Averett. It's going to bring up 3rd and 10. They have converted both of their 3rd downs so far on the drive. Numbers for Juwan, 3 of 6, 35 yards.
Pressure look here for Florida State. Only 2 defensive linemen with their hand in the dirt.
One of those, Josh Kando down the bottom of your screen. Blitz coming right up the middle. Ball is out. Pass. Trying to grab it, and what an athletic play to hang on. It was DeKalen Brooks, unabated to the quarterback, and it's 4th down.
He's looking like his dad right here. Derek's father. Excellent job by him. You got to account for him. When you're empty and there's no backs in the backfield, linemen have to be able to pick up some of those depth rushers. No defensive linemen there. You got to be on that. It's a huge play for Florida State after a fast start by Louisville.
And DeKalen Brooks, only 5'10". I think just Linwood Foy, the offensive guard, didn't see him. He got underneath him, being that short stature.
And a loss of 15 bounces him all the way back out across the 45. Mason King's punt. Hits at the 5 and stays in the field of play, and it's down inside the 1-yard line. "46 yards on the boot. Perfect spot to find a resting place." Florida State offense, under the direction of DeAndre Francois, leads the ACC in passing yards. And here's his scouting report.
Tough as nails. He's going to stand in the pocket. He's a pure pocket passer, and there is no window, Beth. That's too tight for him to throw a football.
With his arm, with his legs, responsible for 7 of the 9 Florida State scores. They'll run it with Cam Akers, a 1,000-yard rusher as a freshman last year, as he set the new school rookie rush record. Looking for a breakout game. The run game has been quiet to this point. They ran it nearly 60 times last week in their win.
It all starts up front, Beth. Protection, blocking's got to come together eventually for Florida State's offense.
Akers again on 2nd down. He gets out close to the 7-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and about 4.
And one thing about Akers, he's so explosive. He's such a strong back. They say he's kind of pushing it a little too much. He's trying to get too much on every single run instead of letting it flow into him. A big 3rd down now. See if they can convert.
Akers will move to the top of your screen as a wide receiver here. Four-man pressure hit as he releases, and it falls incomplete. It's 4th down, intended for Trey McKitty.
Nice job. Again, movement at the line of scrimmage. How do you confuse a line that's off key? You move your defensive lineman, right guard. Number 72, Darnold, had no idea that crosser was coming. And look who pays the price. The quarterback, Francois, with another hit.
Dorsey got in on him, Rocky.
Yeah, Louisville able to get pressure right there without blitz. And I talked to Van Gorder, the defensive coordinator, before the game. He said that was the key, affecting Francois. He did not want to blitz if he didn't have to.
Short punt on the run, fielded by Rajay Burns, and he brings it back to the 36-yard line. The Cardinals wanted a late hit. No flag thrown. Two tight end set here. On the rollout after play action, dropping it off for Crum, and the tight end takes it down to the 30-yard line and a pick up a 6.
It's obviously early on. Louisville feels like there's an advantage in the pass game. A lot of empty sets, a lot of movement for Pats at the quarterback position, trying to give him an opportunity, like we've been talking about, to get confidence early on throwing the football.
He's hit on just 50% of his throws coming in. A couple of touchdowns, but 5 interceptions. Hassan Hall is the lone setback, and he'll get the carry. Nice move to the outside. He gets the edge. Cuts back inside the 10-yard line. And whistles stop the play. A gain of 13 yards.
13 yards on the play. And good.
And he stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, it looks like right here he's going to take a foot right on the white. It's pretty close. Petrino talked about Hassan Hall. He's one of the most explosive players with the ball in his hands. He's going to get some more reps today as a true freshman.
Boy, I'm not sure he was out there. Looked like some green, but they blew it dead. They'll run it again. Good second effort. And then the push down inside the 15.
Not bad for a 186-pound tailback. And this is a juice. This is for really both teams. Who's that player going to be to give him a little juice offensively? You hear the crowd getting into it. Maybe Hall's the guy today for the Cardinals.
He only had 7 carries through the first 4 games, but they wanted to feature him a little bit more today. A 3-star recruit who had originally committed to Syracuse. He'll motion out of the backfield. Pass, gonna step up, room to run, gets a nice block, touchdown Louisville. And a 14-yard run. Pass with the assist from Devontae Pete with the block downfield.
Smart play by Pass, making the right decision so far early on in this game, Beth.
Extra point from Blanton Creaky. And a short field set up by the fantastic punt from Mason King, and this is the result, Anthony.
Well, they've emptied it out. They tried to spread this defense. 4-man rush. Everybody drops. Pass takes a great decision and makes a play with his legs.
Bobby Petrino pregame with his granddaughter Anessa. And the whole family's got to be excited about their first half touchdown against an FBS foe this season, and a 7-0 lead. 4 plays, 36 yards in a couple of minutes. And Puma Pass with the 14-yard touchdown run. Knowles will take a knee, and some more for DeAndre Francois. A little better field position this time.
Well, I'll tell you, Beth, he's been one of the better quarterbacks when he's had the protection in time. He's got great vision. He's got great touch. He can make all the throws on the football field. But when this offensive line figures it out and protection is there, he can carve you up now as good as any quarterback in college football. Big throw last week to Terry on the touchdown. Again, time is key. Can these offensive linemen mesh together, get back? It's good to see Dickerson back, number 69. So as they're getting healthy and bringing some of these players back, can Francois continue continue to do what he's done several times this year.
With the new faster tempo offense of Willie Taggart, the end around to Harrison. A little jet sweep action out to the 40-yard line and a first down.
And I think, Beth, you were getting to my point that I wanted to make was the offensive line is much different than it was in the past. Pro-style system, they get in a huddle, they work on their blocks. With this up-tempo offense and this spread, it's a little more faster, a little easier for them, but they have to be quicker and smarter on the run.
Big thing for them when we spoke with offensive coordinator Walt Bell as Akers carries it out across the 45 is to maintain some drives. It's been a struggle thus far, and here they are moving it close to midfield. And quickly, the snap. Akers nowhere to go. Good fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Tabarius Peterson made the tackle. He continues to start for the injured Jonathan Greenard, probably their best guy up front.
You're right, him and Robinson, 94. These guys have stepped up. Now look, the defense is young. They've got a lot of injuries up front, but you got to come out strong. Those two guys, they've been leaning on their backs to make big plays.
It's been a big problem area for the Noles, trying to convert and keep drives alive. 3rd and 2. And Akers gets it into Louisville territory. And a gain of 7.
If there's anything that gives your offensive line confidence, running the football. Get a 3rd and short, get great push, move them out of the way. Akers gets a big response on the run, converts it. It's a nice job.
6 of their 7 plays have been on the ground. And another big day of college football, all leading up to Ohio State at Penn State tonight. 7:30 on ABC. There'll be a whiteout in Beaver Stadium. Edge pressure. Francois gets it off. Keith Gavin inside the 20. First down, FSU.
Yeah, Francois was licking his chops. A little late on defense to cover up. Watch this. You see the outside rusher. Good job by Peterson. But watch this release whip. He just whips it across the middle. Perfect accuracy. 28-yard gain, Florida State.
In the red zone, looking to the end zone, popped up in the air, incomplete. Tamarion Terry, the redshirt freshman, couldn't haul it in. Cornelius Sturgill had the coverage.
And you see frustration out of Francois. He just took another hit on that pass, and he's upset. He needs that protection. These offensive linemen have to step up, grit it out. It's not about technique sometimes. It's about getting in the mindset, the attitude, and protecting your quarterback so he can have success.
Little receiver screen. Murray's got the room. Touchdown, Florida State. 17 yards. And a PAT away from tying it up.
Well, Naquan is his guy in the passing game. Productive receiver, senior out of Orlando. Works the inside routes nice. It's a nice play design by FSU.
And there's his first touchdown catch of the year. Ricky Aguayo for the extra. $75 yards in under 2.5 minutes to even things up today in Louisville.
Showing the arm of Francois, delivering passes, a nice tunnel screen underneath, some big uglies making some blocks that they need. Francois goes from mad to happy in just 2 plays.
All even at 7 apiece. And a couple of teams desperate for a win. Both 2-2 on the season. Disappointing against Power 5 opponents. This would be big. Naquan Murray with the 17-yard touchdown catch from DeAndre Francois. Hassan Hall will bring it out. Ball popped out. Across the 25, scramble for the loose ball. And Hall was able to get it back. A return of 27. Juwan pass and the Louisville offense back out there. Trey Smith is now in at tailback. Pass looking deep downfield, and lunging for it is Jalen Smith. And they're going to say he got a foot down at the 30-yard line.
I'll tell you what, you get a guy back in your offense making plays like this. Look at this extension. Keeps the ball away from his body. I like that because he shows control. If he were to bring it to his body, he may have thought it was loose. It's a smart play by that crafty receiver in Smith.
42 yards. And Smith able to haul it in. And boy, are they giving Pass some confidence early with plays like that. They'll run it with Smith. Picks up a few up the middle.
It's a pretty throw for Pass as well. Getting that ball, running outside on the move, took a hit as he threw it. He's been pretty good so far, accurate with the football. It's been questionable the last couple games. You know, the confidence level is starting to rise with him. They really liked him in the spring, Beth, coming out, and they just weren't sure what was going on early in the season. Maybe this is a game he starts to break out.
Yeah, they thought he did some nice things in the Alabama game, but then struggled the next couple of weeks. He lost the starting job. And they put him back out there today, hoping for similar production. Mickey Crum going to be close to that first down marker. Kyle Myers and Hamza Nasruddin with the tackle.
It's obviously tough for a quarterback to gain confidence that he needs when, you know, Petrino's going back from him, then to Cunningham, and then bring another quarterback in later. But right now, he's really settled in, looks very confident.
Got a 3rd and 1 here. Ooh, good hit by Nasruddin right at the spot. It was Jackson who got him low first, and they're going to get a very generous spot for the first down.
It's a good job here. Everything's flowing left. Smith sticks his foot in the ground. I don't know if that ball was quite as close to the 20-yard line as the referees, but they'll take it.
Florida State sideline does not love that spot, Anthony.
Pressure coming. Another receiver screen. Tutu Atwell diving back to the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and Pass, normally in those screens, he dropped back about 10 yards. He was about 15 yards away when he threw that. Defensive line was coming down on him. It's a good job of learning from your mistakes. They got beat on the tunnel screen last time, the defense. They came back and picked it up and tackled it well.
That was Wale Ame who was bringing some heat. Running it with Trey Smith down to the 5-yard line. 1st and goal, Louisville, and a run of 15.
That's his nice blocks on the right side. He got the tackle on the tight end, blocking out. And these are the holes. These are the things they have to do. Good adjustment by the tight end. Tackle blocks out. He slips underneath. Just having awareness. No better player to have awareness than a tight end, Beth. Making a move on the inside and sealing that block off. I love it.
Mickey Crum, the senior out of Columbus, Ohio. Smith dances down to the 3 into the arms of Frederick Jones. So they're going to try and get another playoff here before the end of the quarter. And they're going to go ahead and let that clock expire and head down to the other end of the field. 7-7, Louisville and Florida State with the Cardinals knocking on the door. And what feels like an early season must-win for the Cards and Noles. Welcome back to ESPN College Football, presented by ExxonMobil, as we get set to start the second quarter all even at 7 apiece, but Louisville trying to change that.
Last week, Beth, against Virginia, they got stonewalled at the goal line. 1st and goal, they couldn't punch it in. Let's see if they can come off the ball and make it happen here.
The fake to Smith, the throw to the end zone, touchdown! Mickey Crum, his first TD catch of the year.
I like the variety of options that Petrino's using in his offense today. Letting his quarterback get the ball to some new players as Crum scores.
A touchdown run and now a touchdown pass for Puma. And the lefty kicker, Creaky, punches it through. 14-7, Louisville.
Myers off the edge. Pass has to be ready to throw the football. A little delayed route by Crum, scoring a touchdown. Pass is happy. Touchdown, Louisville.
Putting on those boxing gloves for the touchdown here in Muhammad Ali's hometown. Mickey Crum, his first TD catch of the season. And both teams, Anthony, that were desperate to find some offense, well, they're finding it early for Louisville.
Yeah, doing a nice job. I really love the balance, Beth. Run, pass. They start out early, keeping Florida State on their toes a little bit on what they're seeing. The variety of options has been good.
Amir Rasul, who wears the 39 jersey for special teams, runs into a wall of Cardinals and has bounced back around the 13-yard line. Quinn Head leading the charge.
And guys, I have to admit, seeing a bunch of smiles down here on the Louisville sideline after the touchdown and after that big hit. This smile's a long time coming. This has been a pretty tough season, the way things have gone. But this crowd and this team right now really feeling it.
Yeah, not scoring a touchdown coming into this game in the first half, that's always nice, too. That would put a smile on my face, that's for sure.
And now they've got two of them. That last drive, 8 plays, 73 yards in under 4 minutes. Marquez Patrick is now in the backfield with Francois. DeAndre puts his head down. Going to bring up a 3rd and long here. Michael Boykin had the coverage. This is a young D-line out to prove itself.
Man-to-man coverage. Can a receiver win one-on-one, and can you have protection to get your quarterback the ball thrown?
Francois incomplete. He took another hit. Ended up on his backside. It was Derek Dorsey.
But Dorsey's been a problem early in this game. He's been leading the charge up front. And again, clean hits on the quarterback is not the formula for success for Florida State. Just beats the redshirt freshman, Brady Scott, the right tackle on that play to make a big hit.
Logan Tyler's going to punt with his heels on the goal line. Chases Burns back inside his own 40-yard line, and Rajay will set up the Cards in Seminole territory with a 16-yard return. Down the middle, Jalen Smith to the 18-yard line. First down, Louisville.
He's in a groove now. Jalen Smith, he hasn't caught a legitimate pass in a couple weeks. That it's meant something. Nice job. He runs a little hitch route. Nobody's home. Good throw in between the zone, and he just makes something happen with his speed. Good stiff arm. He's a big guy now, Beth, 6'4", 220 pounds.
24 yards on that hookup. 3 catches for 73 yards now in the first half.
Again, attacking the middle of the field. This is showing up every game, Beth, with Florida State. There's an obvious weakness in the middle.
The run on 1st and 10. Ball squirted out. And Brian Burns has it for Florida State. Brian Burns with the fumble recovery.
Covered by the defense.
And it's their first takeaway against an FBS opponent this year as Burns takes it 12 yards in the other direction.
Well, you know, Hall had a little pop ball. Doesn't look like
it was a fumble.
Truly has it. It's hit by Jackson in the middle. The ball pops out. We saw a fumble earlier in the game where he recovers. Doesn't look like he's. And I think, Beth, I don't know if he has the ball off this handoff right here. You'll see it kind of bumble around in his arm. Then he gets hit. Are you really considering that control? To me, right as he's taking that hit, that ball's kind of loose. And you don't see anything in his arms right there. I know his elbow hits, but it's hard to overturn that. But this side.
This angle looks like he's got it and he's down. At any route. Akers. Francois trying to put a block on the defender.
Easy. Easy.
And Kane pass. The quarterback's brother stuck him.
Now, look, I saw him before the game, Francois, with no shirt on. He's a big guy, but you know what? You're still a quarterback. Watch this. He tries to put a block on pass. Oh, hey, hello. That's a hello hit right there by pass. The strong safety. Excuse me, Kane. Wow. Watch yourself. He's still feeling it, fixing his face mask, Rocky.
Kane still thinks he's a linebacker. He played linebacker last year. He's coming up like one.
Wow, that was a shot.
He was ejected last week, a targeting penalty. Returning to the field today, Murray out across the 35. This is the show from DeAndre pregame. That's the quarterback, not the linebacker.
I was like, who's the new linebacker on the roster? I had to go find Willie Taggart. And I said, hey, who's this guy? What's his number? He's like, no, that's Francois. I was like, geez.
Blitz coming. Francois incomplete. Tried to drop it off, but behind Murray, and it's 4th down. And Louisville with 2:49 and all 3 timeouts remaining.
Van Gorder having a little more trust, Rocky, in his defense. Young linebackers, young players, bringing some of that heat.
You're right. He told us yesterday he was reluctant to do that because so many young guys didn't want to hang him out to dry. But as I said before the game, he knows he's got to affect DeAndre Francois today. He's bringing some pressure.
Rajay Burns from the 22 out to the 30. Blitz coming. Pass. Completes it across midfield to Des Fitzpatrick.
Pass doing a nice job. There's some pressure there by Florida State, but he's got a plan, getting the ball out of his hands. How risky do you want to get on this final drive? You don't want to turn it over, but you want to be smart with your quarterback.
13 for 22, 154 yards, and the 1 touchdown toss.
But he's been clean today. Hasn't made a big mistake. Understand, run, pass, making good decisions. See if he can maybe finish off.
QB designed to run and not the execution they were looking for. Dontavius Jackson is having himself a heck of a first half. A loss of 2, and they'll have to burn a timeout with 1:26 to go. A 3rd down conversion here to Jalen Smith. He and Dontavius Jackson making plans for their Saturday night. 160 yards through the air for Puma. Edge blitz, takes a hit and delivers. Devontae Pete close to the red zone, and he's down inside it. Under a minute to go.
Nice job. Pass is lucky here. He held on to that football. He may be a little shaken up. Wide open on the outside. Watch Myers coming from the right side of your screen from a corner cat blitz. Hits him right in the thigh, but he's able to deliver a strike on the outside to get the big first down.
27-yard gain. 1st and 10 from the 18. Pass. Well, they tried to shovel again to the tight end, Crum. Similar result, short gain.
Going to the well. Hey, you run it one time, that's all you get on the shovel pass to the tight end. Jackson, good job on the spot.
Clock running. 40 seconds to go before the break. Pass, keeps it, and down he goes. Did he flick it out with his left hand at the last moment? No, they're going to rule him down back at the 22. It was Corey Durden, and they'll have to burn a second timeout. 29 seconds to go.
And that was a quick pass. I think Petrino wants him to get out of the pocket here and just run, throw it out of bounds. The ball was in his left hand. He's obviously not a left-handed passer. It's tough.
He was not down unless they whistled that play dead.
Yeah, on his body, hand is there.
Pass with time, down the middle, incomplete, and a flag. Intended for Jalen Smith. Asante Samuel Jr., the freshman, had the coverage.
Pass interference, defense number 26, 15-yard penalty, first down.
Yeah, left hand pulling the outside jersey of Jalen Smith. He calls it out. So again, 25 seconds, Beth. You get a first down, and you do have one timeout left.
Gonna spot it down at the 7-yard line.
I will say this, at the top of the screen, they have Pete, the wide receiver. He's 6'6" on the top.
Pass, gonna step up, taken down around the 3-yard line by Brian Burns. And it's the final Louisville timeout. Second and goal. And on the 11th play of this drive. Pass. Touchdown Louisville. Des Fitzpatrick.
Coming across the field, working the back end here. Pretty good ball placement. That's great concentration by Fitzpatrick. Again, Asante Samuel Jr. trying to make a jump back to the pass. It's great concentration.
He got a tweet of support from Lamar Jackson today. And Puma having himself an afternoon, a couple of touchdown passes, a touchdown run. Florida State won the toss and deferred, so they will get it to start the third quarter, but Louisville impressive in the first half. After this short break, Chris Cotter, Jim Mora, Emmanuel Acho in the studio with a halftime report. Winner gets a game above 500. The loser will drop below 500 as we move in to the month of October. Beth Mowens along with Anthony Becht. We got Rocky Boyman with us as well. 21-7, Louisville on top. Terrific performance in that first half from Puma Pass.
Yeah, it's been both sides of the ball. Florida State can't convert a third down because of some pressures Louisville's running. And then offensively, Puma Pass has done a nice job of really being a playmaker, not only with his arm today, Beth, but his legs as well.
Florida State receiving the second half kick. Comparing the numbers, not a pretty picture for DeAndre Francois and that Florida State offense. They were only able to run 30 plays, had the ball for just 12 minutes, and 136 total yards. We heard all week long Willie Taggart talking about, hey, we got to sustain some drives. Well, Anthony, they're just 2 of 7 on third down, and those sustained drives have been few and far between. And
no explosive plays, Beth, in this game so far, except one drive they put together. They need some of their receivers, and of course in the backfield, Cam Akers, to break a big run and help this team.
Their one score, Francois to Nyquan Murray, a 17-yard touchdown toss. And they're going to run it again here with Cam Akers. P.J. Blue with the tackle.
They talked about establishing an identity, right? They're not real sure what they are offensively. Are they going to be good with the run? Are they going to be good with the pass? They wanted to be forceful with the run today. Nice start, first down run.
Akers cuts it back inside, and out close to the 25-yard line. It's P.J. Blue again with the stop.
Louisville's done a nice job of mixing in pressures. Haven't seen much of this throughout the season because of the trust level of the young players on defense with defensive coordinator Van Gorder. Let's see what they dial up here. I'd say they try to play a little more coverage on this 3rd and long opportunity.
Another one of those tunnel screens. Murray gonna come up about a yard short. Terrific open field tackle by Kane Pass. And it's 4th down.
Yeah, Kane Pass laying the wood, but I thought here Murray catches this ball. I think he should have just kept going up the field. He makes a stop, decides to go to the left. That may have been the difference. I thought the momentum of the defense was going backwards, forces a punt. It's a good job by Kane there, being an enforcer.
And Logan Tyler will have to boot it away. And Burns back inside his own 30. Fair catch out at the 32. Everything's so new and so different. And Willie Taggart was telling us last night, hey, how would we handle adversity? That's something he's been preaching with this team since he arrived in December. And he thought that so far this season, and what we've seen a lot today, Anthony, too, the mistakes are correctable. But now the question becomes, well, when?
Yeah, and you know what he's done last couple weeks is he's watched film together. Everyone on the team sits there, watch the film, and they all find out who's did what, who did things wrong, trying to get that fixed.
Good play by Samuels with the wrap-up. Rocky?
Yeah, Anthony, in all my career in the NFL, was only on teams where we were struggling, where we watched the film together as a team. And look, you sit in there, and it takes a good 3 hours to get through that tape. But you're right, it's accountability. When you're down in your position groups, you have a tendency to go, oh, well, it's the other guy, it's the offense, and they need to get it together. And then when everyone has the eyeballs on the screen and on you, it's a different story.
And Walt Bell talked about how he is just great with adversity, how guys, he pushes them Willie, just about pushing guys just enough to get them to continue to buy in and play hard.
They've got their work cut out for them this afternoon, and moving forward, they're down a couple of scores. Averett with the catch there, 3rd down coming up for Louisville. 50% on the day.
Florida State has not been able to get a ton of pressure on Juwan Pass all day. Now's the time.
Yeah, and it's been a good matchup. 99 versus the big left tackle, Becton. He's 6'8", 355 pounds. He's done a nice job, Rocky. He's, like you said, been very quiet on the edge.
They'll run it up the middle for the 1st down. Trey Smith. They've been doing it by committee out of the backfield. A run of 9 right there, and 90 rush yards now on the day.
Yeah, just when you think, you know, the pass is the option, Coach Petrino's mixed it up really nice, especially in the second half. And he's getting some play now from his 2 running backs, who's getting more opportunities in this game with Hall and there with Trey Smith.
There's nothing more demoralizing than getting the ball run right up the gut on you when you're playing defense.
Under 6 minutes to go here in the 3rd. The fresh set of downs. So, you know, we talked about Florida State watching some tape. Bobby Petrino had to watch some tape this week, too, of their Virginia loss, their worst offensive outing of his tenure. And he was very open and frank, even with the local media, said that was a tough watch. We had to really look in the mirror and hold everybody on this team accountable. He said the effort was there. The guys have not stopped believing. The execution so far today has been better than a week ago.
It has, and you saw those numbers, the balance today, basically 30 and 30 run pass, and that's kind of kept Florida State on edge, not knowing when to pass or the run's coming.
They have run over 20 more plays than the Noles, incomplete on the overthrow. Looking for Jalen Smith.
This play is his 2nd time wide open. Look, this is clearly an issue defensively for Florida State. You're going to get Smith right in the middle, just run right there. I mean, I don't know if the linebacker's supposed to drop Rocky and it's supposed to be Tampa 2, or the safety's got to come up. But right now, that middle of the field, not just today, but in the back end, has been wide open against Florida State.
A lot of too deep for Florida State. That's kind of what they do. They've been playing it all year, but you're right, that middle linebacker, if you're playing a too deep, has got to get back deep and discourage that seam route.
Ball is out on the hit by Florida State. Brian Burns is the guy that jarred it loose, and Louisville able to jump back on it with Mickey Crum all the way back at the 36-yard line.
Pass getting up a little slow. Maybe Burns hurt us here, coming off the edge. This has been a good matchup against the big left tackle. Just gets and dips low. It's nice. 6'5", able to get his shoulders underneath. Defensive coordinator Barnett told us he's the best, most elite pass rusher he's seen in a long time.
That's the thing. It's so hard for those 6'5" guys to bend and get underneath, but that's what those NFL scouts like about Burns. He can dip and rip and get underneath that offensive tackle.
Florida State's defense shows out, and now their special teams looking to make a play out across the 40-yard line.
I think that was a little North Texas, Beth. He was watching that tape with a fake fair catch, and no one tackled him. Folks, welcome to the Belle of Louisville, the oldest Mississippi-style steamboat in North America, 104 years old. 1914, the Titanic had just sunk 2 years prior. The first cars were coming off of Ford's assembly line, and World War I had just begun.
This is the engine room. They call it the firebox. Hey, we need more fuel.
And here's the throttle. This is where this pretty lady gets all her power. 96 spokes, 24-foot wide, gives this lady a whopping 12 miles per hour. Let's get this puppy in the water. Full steam ahead.
Touchdown, Florida State, 55 yards. DeAndre Francois to Tamarion Terry. And Florida State is right back in it.
This is becoming old hat. Last week, Virginia, deep ball pass, coming off a big punt return. What they do, go deep. They like the matchup versus Sturgill, and Terry comes up big in back-to-back games. The redshirt freshman making it happen.
Despite having the ball for half as long as Louisville, fewer than half plays run, Florida State now a touchdown down on the big play. Francois to Terry. With 2:39 to go in the third, Rocky. 21-14, the quick strike for Florida State. And they are within reach. Time for Beck's breakdown, Anthony.
Yeah, well, Kane passes here. He's going to stay down in the pocket. Now they have one-on-one coverage. And you got to get your hands on the receiver when he's going deep. And Terry's a big guy, 6'4", got great length. He's obviously got great speed. That was a dime thrown by Francois. He knows it. And this is a quick strike offense. That's what they needed. And now we have a potential of Louisville with the pressure back on them to produce.
And there may be a change at quarterback coming after that last hard hit. The last possession for Louisville on Puma pass.
Yeah, he took that big hit from Wilson and kind of got up slow. Well, he's been in the tent ever since, Beth, and we saw both Travis, but he's a tough guy.
How about that? He's coming back out.
230 pounds. He's definitely took a licking on that, but I'll give him credit. Let's see how he comes back now. Let's see how their offense flows in this type of situation.
We saw both Malik Cunningham and Jordan Travis, the freshman, warming up on the sideline just in case, but pass is back in there, and he'll hand it off to Trey Smith.
And does this big play by Florida State wake up this defense, who hasn't really stopped this team between the 20s today? They need to get off the field if they have a chance in this game.
DeMarcus Christmas, Brian Burns, Frederick Jones, Janarius Robinson, those guys up front. As we approach 2 minutes to go here in the third. Incomplete on the throw. Jawan got rid of that one quickly. Intended for Dez Fitzpatrick, and it's third down.
Juwan is playing so much better here today, but still there's so many throws left on the field, right, Anthony? I mean, that was an easy completion right there.
Yeah, you're right, and he's going to have to worry about now number 99. They got the matchup. This is Becton at tackle as well. He flips sides. Let's see these two compete on this big third down play for Louisville.
Pass is missed on 5 of his last 6 throws. They're bringing it after him. Rifles it down the middle, and it's caught by Atwell. Inside the 20. Big block downfield, and a flag flies as Atwell is tackled at the 5-yard line by Nasruldeen. And the block downfield may have been just a little too good. 66 yards.
There's a run. They look a block in the back. Louisville, 10-yard penalty. Spot of the foul. First down.
Was at the spot of the foul, so a lot of that catch yardage will stand. They're going to spot it at the 29.
Yeah, Jalen Smith. Again, he's in. That's close. I mean, you know, he's on the side of him there. He pushes him. Obviously, he gets twisted that way. I'll tell you what, though, that's a heck of a throw and catch by Louisville, coming up big on a blitz. A corner cat again off the edge. Pass finally gets an accurate throw over the middle.
They brought the house at him, and he responded. 1st and 10. Pass down the middle, and he missed his man. 3rd time today that route has been there, looking for Fitzpatrick.
Florida State might want to consider playing some cover 3, right, Anthony? At some point, drop a safety in the middle of the field and take that route away?
There's nobody there. I don't understand. I mean, that's a lot of pressure for Westbrook, number 19, with no help on the other side to protect him. Who's there? I mean, you just run as your receiver. Pass has got to make that. He's got to complete that ball. He's been good, but he's just been 50-50 on that play so far today.
250 yards, but it could be even more.
Same thing. Wide open.
Same opportunity, and they can't connect on it. Looking for Atwell. They had 2 guys out there.
And they're yelling. They have some miscommunication going on defense because they run a cover 2 here. Watch this. They're going to run these safeties out of here. Who's got the middle of the field? There's nobody home. Pass, just put the ball right there. There's nobody there. Heck, they got 2 guys running in the middle. It's so wide open. Very fortunate on that play. That's frustrating, man. If you're on offense, they're going to watch this Petrino tomorrow in this film, and all the passes they missed in the middle of the field today. Florida State does have to go with single coverage in the middle of the field, in my opinion, as well, just to get a guy in space.
You're going to go there again here on 3rd and 10. They'll run it instead with Trey Smith. And they will line themselves up for a field goal attempt here from about the 25-yard line. Nasruldeen with the tackle. They'll bring the kicker on. Blanton Creekey is 4 for 4 on the season with a long of 43 yards. The lefty has been one of the best they've had here at Louisville. "42-yard attempt. Spot is down, kick is on its way, and Louisville adds to the lead, back up to 10 points with 21 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter.
It's going to be an exciting show for sure. I can't wait to get back to the hotel and watch that one.
It will probably be the final play of this 3rd quarter and a 10-point Louisville lead. They've dominated time of possession as Louisville, but it was the big play from Florida State that got them right back in it. going deep to Terry in a 10-point game. Start of the fourth quarter at Cardinal Stadium, and so much on the line early in the season for a couple of teams accustomed to winning a lot. And they're both with 500 records a month into the new year. 2nd and 8 for Florida State. Grabbed a bit of the momentum with that big 55-yard touchdown toss. Francois to Terry. Late in the third, Brian Burns and some of his defensive buddies were just in that offensive huddle before they came out onto the field. And they were in full throat firing this Florida State team up.
I need to take a couple more chances down the field in the passing game. I know they're trying to get Akers, trying to stay balanced, but listen, Terry's been pretty consistent receiver here the last couple of games. When they go to him, he's making big plays. They got Gavin, another 6'3" receiver. Maybe time to take some more shots.
Now the run game just has not been there. 72 yards on the ground and nothing really of the explosive nature. They're going to send Akers out and line him up as a wideout here. All kinds of pre-snap activity.
Yeah, get lined up. That's basically what it comes down to.
Three-man pressure. They'll set up the screen, and they'll have a chance. It's going to be close. Trey McKitty. And the spot appears to be just shy.
And they'll go for it. I mean, get on the ball here quick.
They picked up 12, so it's 4th and 1. It's Akers. Head down, first down.
Now you go fast. This is where you need to speed up your tempo. You got some big personnel in the game, right? It's a good job of just getting off the football. McKitty blocking.
He won the battle with Smith, Anthony.
He did. Got to make a break a tackle. He does it there. So you want to go fast tempo, but Florida State changed some players, so now Louisville gets a chance to get their big man off the field.
Francois taken down immediately. Jared Goldwire got to him.
Behind the sticks on first down. Try to run it. Now you've lost some more yards. Puts a quarterback in a bind here, Beth. Trying to get 16 yards on 2 downs.
Couple of negative plays in a row. Francois delivers downfield. Caught at the 35-yard line, a few yards shy of the marker, is DJ Matthews in a gain of 14.
Stand in there, man. I'm telling you what, man, Francois is as tough as they come. The whole season, he's just taking shots. It's a good job of finding Matthews.
Quick tempo on 3rd down, and Akers stuffed. That was a rocket coming right up the middle. Dorian Etheridge.
Yeah, welcome back, right? Out last week. This kid's a fire plug, man. It's one of the special players. They really like him. The top freshman in the country last year, tackling linebackers, and he's making his presence felt.
Another 4th down. Francois caught at the 15. First down, Florida State. Terry again with a nice play.
4th down. I mean, look at this. Just get separation, throw it. Great hands by Terry. This kid's a playmaker now. That's a huge play on 4th down. The pressure levels on that one right there with the defender slapping at the football. That's impressive.
Boy, 2 4th down conversions on this drive, and you feel the sense of urgency for the Seminoles. Going for the big play. Touchdown, Trey McKitty.
Tell you, when he's clicking and they get that quarterback going, Francois does a nice job. You're going to watch McKinney here just run right up the sidelines here. The outside receiver's going to pull the corner, and that's a mismatch. A defensive lineman versus the tight end. Excuse me, that was the linebacker, but that's a nice job by Florida State.
The moxie of DeAndre Francois taking hits and delivering, converting on a pair of fourth downs. He's got his third touchdown pass of the day.
It doesn't take a lot of time when Francois gets into the groove. He can put it in spots, and his players are making plays in the passing game. We got a ball game.
How about the second half for DeAndre Francois? Perfect 8 for 8 with a couple of touchdown throws of 55 and 25 yards.
A nice smile there, Coach Taggart. I think he's saying, look, man, I know we're trying to run it, but let's pass it a little more. Whatever you got in that playbook right there, that sheet, dial them up for me because I'm hot. 8 for 8.
Tyler will take care of the kickoff duties. Hall and Yeast are back deep. Seminoles have definitely taken the momentum here in the fourth quarter, under 10 minutes to go. And it'll come out to the 25. Both sides with the full complement of timeouts remaining. And now Louisville will try and work this clock down, holding on to a 3-point lead, under 6 to play. And a first down run for Trey Smith.
And if you're on offense right now, see that play clock, 32. You want to get that down to about 5 seconds every time. It's a great start, getting kind of out of that hole there. But it's been a nice job in the second half of the run game for Louisville. They don't have a lot of yards, but they've been a lot more effective in the second half than they were coming out in the first half where they were passing.
Both looking for their first ACC win, both looking for their first win against a Power 5 foe. It has not started the way either side had hoped it would this year. Clock running now, under 5 minutes to go. Louisville taking their time. Here comes Brian Burns, and down goes pass. Mel Kiper's got him as a first-round pick next year in the NFL draft.
Yeah, you know, he's got great moves coming off the edge here. And again, you got to have an internal clock. See the working with his arms and hands there. He's one of the best in the country with that, but Pass has to understand that there's a matchup there that could potentially be a problem, and he's got to get that ball out of his hands.
3rd and 6. Smith is the motion man. Pass, stepping into it, dropping it off underneath the Smith. He's got the first down inside the 40 as he outran the linebacker Brooks. 21 yards.
Jalen Smith one-on-one. Smith coming underneath. The Kalen Brooks not able to come up on it. It's a nice job changing it up. We've seen the middle route, and now you get Smith underneath on a crosser. Good change up.
Chance to use some more time. Smith now 100 yards receiving on the day. Trey Smith with the run. That'll allow them to work that clock down under 3 minutes unless Florida State wants to start stopping it.
I think if you're Florida State's defense, you got to start attacking now. You got to get a negative play. You got to try to find a way to force a turnover with this clock ticking down under 3 minutes.
Yeah, they have the linebacker shoot the gap on first down, try to guess, little guessing game on rundowns here. See if they could pick the right one with Jackson in the middle.
A career day for Juwan Pass, nearly 300 yards throwing. Couple of touchdown passes, another one running. Back to Smith, lunging forward, stayed in bounds, down to the 28. Louisville with the, or excuse me, FSU with the timeout. We'll take the 15-second break. Louisville has dominated the TOP today. They've run 77 plays to just 52 for FSU. Trey Smith now 70 yards rushing. Play action.
Wow.
They'll dump it off to the tight end, and he gets out, runs out of bounds to stop the clock.
I'll tell you, heavy run formation. Everybody here is thinking run, and Coach Petrino does a nice job. He just sneaks the tight end. Look, everybody's blocking. Tight end's on it, and he just slips out. Pass does a nice job of play action, the fake. And they got him. You know, sometimes that's the difference when you're talking about a premier play caller, Petrino. In those moments, trusting your quarterback. In the past, he didn't have the confidence. In this game, he feels a lot better about what his quarterback has done.
And of course, excuse me, the clock continues to motor. It's down under 2, and the interception. It's picked off by Westbrook.
First question, why are we passing? It's first down. First down, you just got a big play. I mean, is it being greedy? I don't know, but man, I'll tell you what, Florida State, that's a heck of a play of being ready. Petrino's talking to his quarterback, but he just eyeballs this. He's watching it the whole time, and Westbrook's just standing there. He's like, man, you're going to do this? And steps right in front. The tight end's putting his arms up like, hey, I'm not even open.
And that was a design pass. I was thinking it might have been an RPO, and he just chose to pass it, but that was a pass all the way. Interesting play call.
So now Florida State with a chance. 1:56 to go.
He called, it obviously was supposed to be a run, but he's getting on him. Anytime you see a face getting as bright as the shirt, there's obviously a problem. And he's saying, how could you throw that?
Noles have 2 timeouts left from their own 19.
And here we go. We got another guy lined up coming out of.
They didn't have enough guys on the field. Gavin is forced to run on.
They reset the clock for the quarterback. For what reason, I don't know.
Louisville does not like that clock getting restarted.
Francois looking deep, incomplete, trying to hook up with Terry again.
They had him. It's great protection. That's something you don't hear much, right? From the Florida State line, but he had all day to throw that, and got to come up big here in this fourth quarter. Minute 49 left. Can the offensive line, it's going to come down to those guys, get it done.
Blitz is coming. Florida State picks it up, and Francois finds Matthews out to the 39, first down.
That's excellent protection. They bring a strong side backer blitz. 2 backers come. Offensive line bows up, and Francois makes it happen.
The out route, Murray steps out, 1:30 to go. Gain of 4.
And this might be the most dangerous time for Francois. He's a guy that when he gets in a little bit of a groove, he starts feeling it, hitting some completion after completion. That's when he's scary at the quarterback position.
2nd and 6. Almost intercepted through the hands of Dorian Etheridge. 3rd down.
Just follow the eyes of the quarterback. Watch him right in the middle of your screen. He's just watching Francois. Reads it. Oh, man. I could seal it for you right there. He's upset about that one. Who's going to make the play, Beth? 3rd down, 5. No advantage for anybody here. Just got to come up. Little confusion by Louisville here getting lined up.
Edge pressure coming. Francois delivers. Murray makes a man miss. Foot race down the middle. Inside the 10, touchdown, Florida State. And they take the lead with 1:13 to go.
I thought Francois was going to take a sack, and he just has that release. And Murray makes him pay.
Off of the turnover and the questionable pass by Louisville, and Florida State goes the other way. Francois, his 4th TD throw of the day, and his 2nd of over 50 yards. First, 1:13 to play in their first lead of the day.
Slide protection, free hitter off the edge. Francois feels it, knows he's got to get the ball out of his hands quickly, and Murray's right there on the slant. He just makes it go. Tremendous amount of speed. We talked about it earlier, Beth. He is one of the playmakers on this football team. And just when you think you're there and you got him tackled, that speed and pull away off of Smith on his back. 2 veteran players for this team making plays.
2nd TD catch for Murray.
Took a shot, but that slide protection, and he got up pretty quick, so he didn't feel that hit. Feels a lot better when you're throwing touchdowns than taking sacks. And Francois, man, makes them pay off the brutal mistake by Louisville to throw a pass on 1st down when they had just secured the ball in the red zone.
Good block by Terry down inside the 10-yard line to make a clear path for Murray.
Again, still scratching my head on Louisville on that 1st down, throwing a pass. Just had control of this game.
Still time for Puma. Can he make something happen? And he runs with it instead of throwing it away. And Louisville, are they going to work their first timeout? They're going to try and hustle to the line here, and now Petrino's got to call the timeout. They lost about 10 seconds.
And listen, you got time when you're getting the ball 1st down. Give them an outlet pass. You don't have to get all the yards on the first throw.
Second and 9. Pass. Incomplete. In the prevent defense here, they do have a guy deep down the middle of the field defensively.
Yeah, they do, and they're not going to give up a deep ball, but you can work the middles, the 8-yard areas underneath. Just take what they give you. It's 2 downs in a row now. They weren't able to get a pass out to a coverage that's basically fallen back into a 3-deep look.
Third down and 9. Deep down the middle, incomplete. Overthrew Atwell, and it's 4th down.
Again, trying to go deep. The coverage is too far back. We used to have a play, Rocky, called sticks route, okay? It's 4th down. All right, just run your guys, evenly disperse them here 2 by 2, and everybody runs sticks route and just try to find the open guy and get it on him quick to potentially get a 1st down. Well, Florida State right now not going to give up the big play.
Yeah, give enough guys out into that pass route here and have pass hit someone.
Passes, throw, overthrown, and intercepted by Stanford Samuels with 36 seconds to go, and that should ice it for the Seminoles.
Just when they thought they were dead in the water in this game, a complete turnaround. Louisville have made control all day. Again, nobody's home, not his forte, throwing down the field like that. Well, if I love those last 4 play calls, the backpack is out. Is that Gucci? I don't know what that is, Beth, but it's as expensive as this win's going to be for Florida State stealing away. And I'm telling you, Louisville's going to go back and kick themselves in this game at the end when I thought they had control.
What a second half for DeAndre Francois. He goes 12 for 15, 218 yards, and 3 touchdown passes in this second half. And the defense held Louisville to just a field goal after the intermission.
I don't know. Moving forward, man, I'm riding out Francois, man. He's the guy. You got some weapons, man. Willie Taggart's going to watch this. He saw his quarterback bring him back. Defense makes a big play, but unbelievable job today.
Stunning finish for Florida State. 28-24 the final as they come back to beat Louisville. Now let's send you to Durham, North Carolina. It's Virginia Tech at number 22 Duke.